Hello guys, have you ever wondered how you go about slap chopping a miniature? Now I've got a basic Totenkorps here. He's been spray primed black, colour forged matte black, and yeah, this is all I do. So I just take my first stage, take some light grey Vallejo, get some on my palette, I use a little tiny dry brush, a little bit on my brush. You see that? I brush it off on some paper towel. Just off camera, you can see there, I've been dry brushing a lot of stuff tonight. And literally, all I do is I take my brush and I just run it down the miniature. Now, this is probably not going to go in focus for me straight away, but you're just aiming to pick out those, see like that, aiming to pick out those highlights. Now, if I move my light a little bit, just to pick them out. Now, I go quite heavy with mine because some people just want to pick out the basic highlights, the trims, but I do two steps of dry brushing to pick out those highlights. Now, I go quite heavy with it. So I want to go over this guy with contrast paints, with speed paints, because this just gets them painted quicker. With them just being zombies, the undead hordes from my Conflict 47 army, I'm not too worried about them being perfect. So yeah, very basic level, brush down. That's what we end up with after the grey. See, it's raised up those details. The next step, we're going to use white. I'll pick them out even more. So, right, on to part 2, as it were, stage 2. Now, this is where I use some Vallejo, just standard white. And we go a bit lighter with our dry brush this time. Get a bit of paint on the brush, rub it off. Literally, we're just going over. And the white, all the white's going to do is those details that we picked up with the grey earlier on, it's going to just pick them up and just highlight those edges a little bit more. Now, depending on how heavy you go, you sort of got to work it to fit your style. I don't think there's any right or wrong way of doing this, no matter what people say online. It all depends on your painting style. Now, I tend to go a bit heavier with the white. And some people say you should only highlight in the, leave deeper shadows. And I don't know, I find I've had decent results doing a bit of a heavier dry brush. But, you might find for you, it's better going lighter. Now, you might not see much of a difference on the camera here because of my lighting, but it's picked up those details just that little bit more, those raised edges. So when you do eventually paint with your contrast paints, your speed paints, it's going to pick out those details even more. So that, guys, for me, is how I do some very basic technical highlighting or slap chop or whatever you want to call it. And that now, for me, once he's dry, usually 10-15 minutes for the paint to dry, it's ready to slap some contrast or speed paint on top of. So in a nutshell, guys, that's how you dry brush your models up to a SlapChop standard. Spray them black, hit them with a heavier coat of Vallejo light grey, at least that's what I do. And then once that's dry, a lighter dusting of the Vallejo white. And yeah, you end up with something like that. So that's it for this hobby tip, guys. I'll be back with some more in the future. Catch you next one. Ta-ra.